Hey, welcome to a very, very, very special episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. This is a beer I've had since January of 2011 that I got in a beer trade with Ryan Rashawn, better known as Stumpy Joe Jr., San Diego Beer Vlog. I do not know why I sat on this one for so long. I mean, I got it in January of 2011. Obviously, let's get on the beer. The Deschutes Abyss 2010 release, or reserve, I should say. If you see on the bottle right here, it actually says best after November 5th, 2011. If it would focus, there it goes. 11% ABV. So, I'm assuming like the best after date is maybe like a year from the bottling date. I don't know. So very long overdue. I said thank you in the video, which is still on my 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓻𝓲𝓷 channel. In fact, I put a link to it if you want to see the unboxing video from January of 2011. And it still has the price sticker. It was $15.99. Though why this came from California? Why does it say Texas Wine and Spirits? Come on, focus. Did Ryan get it from Texas? I know Deschutes is in Oregon, not California, but anyway, all that out of the way. That's the big disclaimer. On for the beer. You know what? This, I don't know if you can see the label. It's like kind of beat up, kind of chewed up, because this was down in the basement in the summer of 2011 when we had Hurricane Irene come through and the basement got flooded. So the label, it's not in terrible shape, but and they wax the cap like it's real wax. It's not just like plastic or whatever. So the beer should be fine. Pretty big beer, 11% ABV. So it says it's a stout brewed with licorice and molasses, with 33% aged in oak and oak bourbon barrels. So, like, it's plain oak barrels and bourbon barrels. I've heard great things about this beer. I remember wanting it so bad, a few years ago. I got it. I cannot remember. I cellared it, and it was just one of those things where it was just like, I'll get it next time. I just kept putting it off and off. And actually, this bottle's been in the fridge since August when I was first approached about the Stout and Porter book deal, because this was definitely going to be in the book, assumingly, but the book deal never happened, so whatever. I was gonna share this with some friends, but you know what? I was like, this beer, I've been sitting on it for like almost 3 years. Real special beer. I'm going to be a little selfish and just drink it myself. So anyways, after all that, let's get on with the beer. Definitely one of those super, super dark Imperial Stouts like the Marshall Zukofs or Bourbon County or whatever. Like, the head's very dark, as you can see, just like straight up brown. I could smell it as soon as I popped the cap. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot like Bourbon County, but it's like more fruity. I get like tons of cherry on this one, almost like raspberry. Like there's alcohol there, but it's, after 2 maybe 3 years in the bottle, it's really mellowed out. It's got like that kind of, it said it's brewed with molasses, so it has like that sweet, sticky aroma to it, like a kind of like a vanilla kind of thing going. That probably a lot of that's from the alcohol, but here we go. 3 years in the making. Cheers. And cheers, Ryan. Thanks for the beer. Wow. Yeah, that was I mentioned the comparison to Bourbon County. It's a lot. It's like Bourbon County, but like without the booze. It's mellowed so nicely after, I'm assuming 3 years. Let's just say 3 years because it says 2010 on the bottle. Huge sweet notes. Like what I said with the aroma, it's more cherry than grape. I'm surprised they don't even like brew this with cherry, or maybe they should do a cherry version of it. Cherry. Yeah, you can definitely taste licorice. This is one of the few beers I know of that's actually brewed with licorice. A lot of Imperial Stouts you happen to get a licorice flavor, but this one's actually brewed with licorice. I wonder if it's red licorice or black licorice. And I wonder if it's even really licorice and not just anise, you know? And they said licorice, so. Um, yeah, really, it's really, really smooth. Actually, the mouthfeel is a little thinner than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one of those, like, super viscous, like, stick to your teeth type of imperial stouts. Um, I mean, it's definitely on the, bigger bodied spectrum, but it's not like a beast. Like, hardly any alcohol that I can taste in here. It's real sweet. It's sweet, but it's not cloying. Um, that chocolate, I'm sorry, that licorice is pretty prominent. The bourbon character, definitely pretty prominent on here. The alcohol is like giving a nice kind of vanilla rum character. That could be from the molasses too. Um, I mean, there's like chocolate, like kind of in the aftertaste, um, like chocolate syrup. It's actually, for such a big beer, it's actually not all that bitter. In fact, I'm looking at the website right now, and I think it's only 65 IBUs. In fact, I think it says it right on here. Um, yeah, so 65 IBUs is really not that bitter compared to some of the other big, huge imperial stouts. Like, I think Bourbon County's like in the 80s or 90s or something. Like, like Three Floyd's Dark Lord. Really, really bitter, hoppy beers to balance that out. This is definitely more on the malty side now, but it's not so ridiculous. It's not that the hops have faded completely. It's just that it's a lot of that's coming from just like the natural roastiness of the dark malt. I'll just let it just sit on the tongue, just kind of linger there. It's this delicious bourbon vanilla kind of character, kind of like the woodiness. You could definitely taste that barrel aging in there. And it's so nice. Like as it goes down, it's like a real. It's a subtle warmth. Some of the other big imperial stouts like this, they tend to be just like liquid fire. At this one, 11%. If you gave this to me blind, like right now, and I had no idea what I was drinking, I'd be like, wow, it's I'd probably peg it like 8, 9, less than 10, high nines, probably under 10%. I mean, big body on this, but alcohol is no hurdle on this one at all. Mm. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more that bourbon character really comes out. I mean, I get something different on almost every swig on this. First I was getting cherry and, then licorice and, then the bourbon and vanilla. Not really that much in the coffee and chocolate. I mean, there's some in there. And the alcohol is mellowed so nicely. I should have mentioned this at the beginning when I was bullshitting there. I broke my Ithaca tulip glass that I always use, so I got a 4-pack of these. They call them Belgium tulips. I think it was actually Libby glass. It was a 4-pack at the supermarket for $10. So this is gonna be my new glass of choice now. I wish it had the flared, the flared end, so it sits more comfortably on your lips, but. Yeah, this is pretty good as it is. It's essentially just a red wine glass at this point. Actually, it's more like a white wine glass, I suppose you could say. I'm going very long here, so I'm going to wrap this up now. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic Imperial Stout. Definitely on par with the Bourbon County, the Dark Lord, things like that. Um, uh, $15.99. If you were buying this, I think it's worth it. Although that's about 73 cents an ounce. As far as drinkability, I wish I had a fresh vintage to compare this to because this is my first time having this. So maybe if you've had if you've had a fresh vintage of this, let me know in the comment section and let me know how hot it was, because with 3 years on it, it's really, really smooth and easy to drink right now. So yeah, I'll give a full 10 out of 10 for Deschutes the Abyss. So 2010 reserve, I should say. Sorry this video is so long. Thanks to Ryan for sending the beer 2.75 years ago. We should do another trade sometime. So anyways, thanks for watching another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. We got plenty coming up, so check out the website, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. I will see you next time. Cheers.